Hi everyone and welcome back to Geordie Pride, Voices from the Northeast. Angela and I really wanted to dedicate some episodes on this podcast to shine a light on the next generation of talent in the Northeast, giving young up-and-coming voices a platform to be seen, heard and celebrated. So with that in mind, this week we sit down with a remarkable young guest, Jackson Payne, a 13-year-old musician and songwriter from South Shields who's already making waves on the local music scene. If you listen back in season 1, we had an amazing guest called Taylor Payne, local musician and host of Pod on the Tyne podcast. And Jackson is his son, and he takes after his dad in more ways than one for his love of music and football. Jackson shares how he got into music and writing songs. We also touch on his love for football and what this season has meant to him, his favourite spots in the Northeast, and what it's like being a teen growing up in the Northeast. So grab yourself a cuppa and enjoy listening to this inspiring young gent, Jackson Payne. You're listening to Geordie Pride, Voices from the Northeast. I'm Hayley, and alongside my cousin Angela, we're thrilled to bring you the stories that share the heart and soul of the Northeast of England. Each episode, we'll dive into the lives of extraordinary Geordies and those who call the Northeast home, exploring their journeys and celebrating their achievements. From the Tyne to the teas, from the arts to the sports fields, we're here to share the tales of passion, resilience, and of course, Geordie Pride. So whether you're from Whitley Bay or Washington, Gateshead or Gisborough, or you're just fascinated by the spirit of the Northeast, join us as we natter with the best the Northeast has to offer. So, Jackson, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely. So, do you want to start by telling us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and your background in the Northeast?
Yeah, my name's Jackson Payne. I'm 13. I'm a musician, songwriter from South Shields. I'm from South Shields. I live in Jarrow, and I love music, love football, and yeah, that's basically me.
What sort of music do you play, Jackson? What sort of things are you inspired by? What sort of genre do you kind of do?
Well, I love alternative rock. That's like my go-to. I love indie stuff. Sam Fender is like my inspiration, basically. Yeah, love Sam Fender. Bruce Springsteen, all that. I was like brought up with the Beatles and Queen and all that sort of stuff. So basically, like loads of oldies. Love the 70s, love the 90s. Oasis. Yeah, that's like, yeah, I love Oasis.
I think you're the only teenager, other than my daughter, who I can actually talk to about that type of music.
Yeah.
If I talk to anyone else, they're like talking about all these people that I've never heard of, like Chapel Rowan and
Yeah. I asked my friend
Billie
once.
Eilish.
Yeah, I asked my friend once what music do you like, and he went, "Oh, I love Central C." I was like, "Who's that? Who was that?" He was like, "A rapper." I was like, completely flown over my head. But yeah, I don't really tend to talk about music with my friends because they don't like really know the Beatles and they don't know Queen because they just weren't brought up with that sort of musical taste. Because obviously my dad loves all that. My mom loves George Michael, all the cheesy 80s, 90s stuff. Wet, all that.
My era. Show me age.
I actually went to see Wet years ago. I must have been about 10, and my mum took us to Whitley Bay Ice Rink to watch Wet. That was my first ever concert. It was amazing. I thought the ice rink was absolutely huge at the time. I was like, this is amazing. And then you look at it now, it's absolutely tiny.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really talk about music with my friends. I have music friends. Like I have my friends who are just absolute music nerds like me and who love their own stuff. I have a friend who likes a band called Cassiopeia, and it's like a Japanese, like, I don't know, it's really weird. Exactly. It always flies over your head. But yeah, I have friends who aren't really into music, and then I have friends who love music like me. So yeah.
But do you know what, Jackson? When you're rich and famous, like Ed Sheeran, writing your own songs and you're on stage amongst millions, all your friends will come flurrying over and
I
say,
know.
I need to
Yeah.
talk to you about that.
Yeah. I knew you love music. Like I never knew. I just knew though. I knew. We'll come and steal 50 quid off us one day. But
But I want your signature.
yeah.
So what sort of songs do you write then? I know you've had your inspiration from all those kind of 80s bands and stuff. Mint, by the way.
Yeah.
But kind of like when you're writing songs and stuff, like what things do you write about?
Well, my grandpa gave us really good advice. Which is he said, go on your phone and have you got a note app on your phone? It's like a note app. And he went, go on your phone, go into that app, and if you see a sign when you're like in your car, not my car, if you see a sign that has a nice phrase, like write that down, and then see what you come up with, and then try and like combine those phrases together, and like make your own sort of style of it. And I've been trying to do that quite a lot, and it's going pretty well, but yeah, it's sort of that's probably what I do most, and the style that I'm kind of conjuring up now is basically just Sam Fender stuff. It's sounding a lot like Sam Fender.
So do you start with the words and then the tune comes later? Like for me, I love music, but I'm not musical at all. Like I could never, if you sat me down for a week and told me to write a song, I'd still be sitting there.
Yeah, it is hard.
5 days later.
It's definitely hard. I never thought of like, because when I first started, I was like, I'm just gonna play cover songs, and that's it. But like you see like loads of young musicians who write their own stuff, and then you get inspired by that, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to do that. But I kind of start with the words first because I think it's a bit easier, and then you kind of, if you figure out some lyrics and you figure out some chords with that, then it just goes together really nice. And sometimes it doesn't work, but it's all about trial and error, really.
So if you had a chance and someone came up to you who was really famous, past or present, that wanted to collab with you and do a song with you,
Oh my god,
who would it be?
Oh, it's such a hard one.
So many though.
There's just like, yeah, I know, it's so hard because like obviously Sam Fender is one that like always springs up every time, but like at the same time there's just so many good ones. Like I don't know, John Lennon, I would love to write one with him. Who else? Queen, like Freddie Mercury, and writing one with him would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, there's just so many of good songwriters. Like, I don't think you can really pick any. I don't think you can really get one down. But at the minute, it's Sam Fender because I love his lyrics in his songs. Like some of the lyrics just absolutely blow you away when you listen to them, and when you like, if you go on Spotify, and if you put the lyrics on as it's going, you're like, it's especially with Remember My Name, that's like so beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. That made me cry when I
God,
heard it, and then I saw the video, and I'm like, oh, this is just because I think that's when I first heard Sam Fender, I was like, oh, I like this music. It's like my kind of style. He does model himself very off like Bruce Springsteen and stuff like that. But then, like after I'd listened to him for a little bit, because I'm not someone that necessarily listens to lyrics very much. It's more like the beat for me.
Yeah.
But I started to listen to the lyrics a lot more with Sam Fender, and I was like, it made me fall in love with him even more because I'm like these words are just they're so deep. That's like he talks so much deep stuff, a lot of emotional stuff, a lot of political stuff, and it's so clever. Some of his lyrics, I absolutely love him. And I think he's such a generational talent, and it's so nice that he's from our region as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's even better when he's from here. Like we can relate to him a lot. Like his lyrics, like hit us differently because we're from where he is, and we've kind of not me, I'm a child, but we've experienced like what he's experienced. And yeah, I get what you mean by the beat though, because the beat is like, it was really, the first album was just so catchy, and that's kind of how he Hypersonic Missiles. It's kind of how he got into it, wasn't it? And then he's writing songs now which have like so much eternal meaning that like just blows us away sometimes when you listen to the lyrics. It's like it's crazy. But yeah.
We need to get him on the show, don't we?
Yeah.
Gold standard, Angela, gold
I know.
standard. So if you've got any questions, just send them over and we'll
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I know
Oh
what
my
he's
God.
going to ask.
What do you think I'm going to ask?
I know what you'll ask, Jackson.
Oh my God.
I'll say, can I perform on stage with you?
Yeah, that is a really good question, and I would love to perform on stage with him.
Shall we ask him if he comes on?
Yes, please do that. Me and my dad. That goes to me and my dad.
Oh well, yeah.
If he could just.
I know we can't leave your dad out.
Yeah,
I'll be there with me tambourine.
Goodness.
That's about the only thing.
Yeah.
So Jackson, can you remember the first time that you went on stage and performed to people?
Oh yeah, I can actually. It was when I was like 11, and I couldn't play the guitar. I was too shy. I think I was about in year 7, just getting into year 7, and I was playing with my friend Lucy, and she played the ukulele, and she was like, "Do you want to go to this buskers night with us? It's Carnival House in Sunderland." And I went, "Oh, I don't know, like I don't really sing." And she was like, "I've seen you sing. You're really good." Because she caught us singing with my friend, singing Bohemian Rhapsody, I think.
Well, that's not an easy song to sing.
I know. Because my friend knew how to play on the piano, and I just kind of whispered, but like sang along. And I was like, all right, I'll go and see what happens. And I sang Let It Be, and my friend played the ukulele, and it was really good. And then we got a standing applause. But it was, that was like, and then you get that feeling when you're like, I want to do that again. And then you go again, and then I'm like, oh my God, I still want to do that. And then it's like, it's a cycle. And now I'm here still doing it with my guitar.
How do you feel when you're about to perform? Do you get nervous, or are you quite cool about it now?
When I'm doing stuff that I think like is big, and that's like, something that will, like, for example, last year Rosie Fest was like a massive thing for me, because like, it was just when I was getting into the guitar and I was gonna play the guitar and sing on there, and it's a big crowd. It's like a what's it called? It's like a rugby football field. I think it's Harton, and it's like massive. It's really big, and there's a stage there, and then it's a massive crowd. And I played there the other year, but that was when I wasn't really playing the guitar or whatever. So yeah, I was really nervous for that one. But yeah, there's definitely been a couple where I've like, had nerves before going up. But I think just being nervous is normal, because if you're nervous, I don't think you enjoy it. If you're not nervous, because you kind of just, you get up and then you do it and then you finish. But if you're nervous, you like have something to be nervous about. So yeah,
it's like it means something to you, don't you? You want to perform well.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Is there a place that you would really like to play in the future? If you think of like a location, like where is it? Like, I want to play there. I want to play live there.
I mean the one that pops into my head is St. James's Park. I mean, that's like, so like that's what dreams are made of, basically. Wembley would be such a good place to play as well. But yeah, some of the big stadiums, Glastonbury would be so good.
You went to see Sam Fender at St. James's, didn't you? We went was it 2 years ago now?
I didn't see him in St. James. I saw him in Leeds, but I'm gonna see him this year in St. James's. Yeah. But I can't wait for that. That'll be so fun.
That would be mid, wouldn't it?
It would be so fun. Me and my dad.
Me and my family are going as well. I'm going with them. my husband and my 2 daughters, and
Yeah.
they're just so excited.
Yeah. Oh my god. I got my tickets for Christmas, and it was like just after, sorry, the one where I went to Leeds, and I didn't think my dad was gonna get another ticket because he said, "Oh, sorry, I can't get St James's tickets because I've already got you these ones." And
You the
when I opened the letter, I saw his face on the ticket, and I was like, "You haven't."
Oh.
But yeah, that'll be so fun in the future. I've got
Yeah.
a lot of things to look forward to.
It's so amazing because I've seen Sam Fender, I think, twice. So I've seen him in Leeds at First Direct Arena,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
I've seen him at St James's Park. And I tell you what, you're in for a treat because, like, watching him at Leeds was amazing. He's a great performer.
He's
But
so
watching him at St James's Park, open air, and just the crowd, because everyone's there and they've got their Toon tops on, they've got their flag. And it's just the collective pride I think everyone feels in the crowd. It's so noisy, and everyone's just, I tell you what I notice about Sam Fender concerts is that it's like so diverse. Like you see young kids and you see people with grey hair.
Yeah,
it's like
massive range. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, so I think you'll absolutely love it. It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to going again. And we didn't take my daughters last time. It was just me and my husband. And this time we're taking my 2 oldest daughters. And I think it's just amazing memories to be had. So you never know, I might see you there.
Yeah, definitely. All my friends are going as well because I was so jealous. I was like, because Jack, my friend Jack and friend Emily got some tickets. And I was like, "Have you got tickets?" And they were all like, "Yeah, we got some of you." And I was like, "No, no." But I'm going on the same day as them now, so that'll be amazing. Hopefully, I can see them, and
the atmosphere will be amazing.
Oh, it'll be so good. And when I went to Leeds as well, it was so electric, and I thought it was just going to be like, it'll be really good, but like it won't be anything like St James's Park. But it was so good. Like I was actually blown away by how big the stadium was. I didn't think it would be that like big. But when I went inside, it was like absolutely humongous, and it was so massive. Because we were standing somehow. You have to be 14, but I'm 13, so
you have to stand in the box. Don't say anything, Jackson will not know.
But yeah, it was so electric, and I loved it. And the St James's Park one, I bet will be like 10 times better. But I can't wait for that. It'll be amazing.
See your Geordies.
Yeah, exactly. Black and white everywhere.
Well, I've gotten a 50 and I've never been to a concert yet. Would you believe? Wow. Never ever. So I'm gonna have to go to the concert, aren't I?
To be fair, I've only been to one, so it's like
you've got an excuse, Jackson. You're only saying
I'm 50 I haven't been and seen anybody.
Oh my good Lord, woman!
I've only been to 3 concerts in my life, and that's.
But Jackson, you're only
more than a 50-year-old woman.
I'm 50. But nearly once though, I nearly went and saw Madonna at the O2, but then we figured out that there were dud scam tickets.
So
I nearly got there. I nearly got there.
We'll have to rectify that, Angela. Good
yes,
grief.
We'll have to give it some.
I'll take it. See Fender one day.
Well, Jackson, tell us about your guitar playing. How did you end up learning to play the guitar?
Well, I was in a band with Lucy, and at first it was just her doing the ukulele and me playing this thing called the cajon, which is kind of like a drum, but it's like you sit on it. And have you heard of it before? It's quite cool actually. But you sit on it and you play with your hands, and it's actually really fun. And we're kind of doing that for a year and a bit, and then Lucy decided she wanted to play the guitar, so she got lessons from my grandpa, and I was like, I might want to do that. And then I came to one of her like lessons, and then we started playing together. I was like, I really like this, and I kind of just picked it up from there, and it was hard at first. Like, don't get us wrong, it was just my fingers were like knackered by the end of it. But yeah, I didn't stop believing in, my dream to play the guitar, because I've always wanted to play the guitar.
What type of guitar, Jackson? Is it acoustic or?
It's acoustic. It's acoustic, yes. But hopefully, I'm gonna move to electric soon when I get the picking things right.
Do you know what really fascinates me? And I still don't know how they do it. How they sing and play the guitar at the same time. I think that's amazing.
So hard. There's been some times where I've gotten a few things wrong on the chords when I sing, but it's just like hand coordination, isn't it?
I suppose
really hard.
Like, doing patting your toes.
Yeah, exactly. It is like doing that. Yeah, because you've got like two things in your mind, like you got the lyrics, and then you've got, oh my god, what chord goes after this one, and it's just just practice and
Ed Sheeran started somewhere.
Yeah,
and Sam Fender.
Exactly, and Sam Fender, he started. Yeah, so and then now I'm, I've got my own acoustic guitar. I got that one for not last Christmas, but the Christmas before that. I didn't think I was gonna get anything good. I was like, because I went to my grandma's and my brother Jesse got loads of good stuff, and I was like, where's my stuff? And my grandma went, check behind the couch, and I checked, and there was just this acoustic guitar sitting there.
Oh, amazing!
And I was like, is that mine? And she was like, yeah. Because I thought it was my grandpa's. Yeah, it's Jesse's. Jesse's. He's taking up guitar lessons. No. Yeah. But I thought it was my grandpa's, so I didn't know if it was mine or not. But yeah, and then I have that one now. It's been loyal to us for, year and a half now, so I am just still playing with that one. But yeah. So
is there any other musical instruments you want to fancy playing or trying?
I used to play the drums. I was okay at the drums. I wasn't anything special, but I got drum lessons, and I was playing the drums quite well. And then as soon as I started the whole singing guitar thing, I kind of just let it go. But I still love to, get on the kit sometimes, because we've got drum kits at school, which is mad because I didn't think any school would have drum kits. But you can just play. There's like 3 or 4 drum kits in my school. It's ridiculous because we've got a massive music department.
That's good for you, then, isn't it?
It is. I know it's great. I mean, my school is very musical. We've got like an orchestra, and there's always school concerts and everything like that. But yeah, there's loads of musical people in my school.
You're getting A stars, Jackson.
You're showing your age there, Angela. 9 now.
I don't know what they are. What's an A star?
Oh, do you know?
The numbers now, Angela.
The numbers, I know. Sorry, Jackson. The numbers now, aren't they?
Yeah, 9.
An A star is the top whack. That's
top
what.
One,
yes, that's a 9. Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a very musical school, so yeah.
Musical family, musical school. You're destined to success, Jackson.
No. So besides your music, Jackson, what else do you like to do? I hear that you like to play your football.
I love football. I mean, it's how I keep fit, basically. If I didn't have football, I don't know what I would do with the rest of my days. I love playing football. It's something that I can just go to football training. It's like you can just take your mind off everything and just kick a ball around with your mates, and it's really fun. And I love playing football. I mean, music is just what I do, basically. It's football and music that are just my main stuff. But yeah, I love football. I love going to the games. Yeah, but
if a genie came along tonight and said to you,
"You go.
What this is.
You've got a choice of being a Newcastle United player or
that was coming.
Sam Fender, what would you be?"
That's so hard.
That is a really tough one. I'm thinking about that. I'm like,
well, I'll be football.
And you can't be both.
Yeah. That'll be cool though. Imagine.
Singing while you're playing football.
Yeah, exactly. No way.
One talented boy.
I'm just gonna sing to the crowd before I play Wembley.
Yeah. That would be amazing, that one.
What would it be then? What do you think?
I mean, when I was just a shy little boy in primary school, I always wanted to play football, and I always wanted to be a football player. And football was my main thing because I never used to sing, and I never was into music. I always used to listen to music, but I was never into music, like myself singing. So it's so hard because one side of us is saying be Sam Fender, and another side is saying be a Newcastle United player. But I'm gonna have to go with be a musician because it's like music is, you know, my thing now, and I love music. It's, you know, my absolute passion. Although I love football, I think playing music is just what I love to do. So yeah, definitely.
You get a bit of a longer career out of music as well, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. You don't get injured every couple of weeks. Yeah, music.
I'd like to think that would be why I wouldn't be a professional footballer.
I'm trying to think of the pros and cons. It's like
I couldn't even sing in the shower.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, that's a good answer, Jackson. Good answer. But you could be a footballer first, and then when you retire,
When I retire,
you can.
but I couldn't be both though. I couldn't be both.
You didn't have that choice, Angela.
Well, actually, you've only got one choice.
Yeah.
That was a bit cool, wasn't it?
Right.
So, what about your favourite places in the northeast? What would you, if you went for a day out with your family, where would you go?
Well, I live in Jarrow, so there's not many things in Jarrow. Let me tell you that. There's not. There's the town, and that's it. And we don't even have a town. Well, Jarrow's a town, but if we go to South Shields, probably the fair and the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think we'll have one of the best beaches, like that I've seen. You know, and it's really nice on a sunny day, which doesn't happen often. But no.
You've got to strap your top on today. The sun has been out.
It's been lush today. Aye.
Son's got his hat on.
But yeah, I think the beach and the fair. I think we've got a great fair. Like, yeah, I love the beach. I love the fair, and we've got loads of good restaurants as well. I love Coleman's. Coleman's is like the seafood temple. Is so nice. I've went there.
Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, exactly. Too much salt and vinegar, if anything.
That's what I really miss about being down here. I don't feel like the fish and chips are as good.
But
there's not enough salt and vinegar on the fish and chips down there, is there?
But you know what? With salt and vinegar on paper, though, back in the day, again, I'm showing me age here, mine, Jackson. You never used to get them in a box back in the day. You used to get them on literal newspaper.
Well, I went to Beamish. And there was the paper ones. And although I didn't have them, but I saw someone with the paper. I think it was like a newspaper.
Yeah, tastes way better.
Yeah, it looks better. It looks way more better.
It's the ink.
Yeah,
you get something to read while you have your tea.
Exactly, But yeah, that looked really cool. But I haven't experienced that yet.
We're gonna have to get your newspaper shipped over to South Shields for you.
Definitely.
So Jackson, I've got to ask you, because as time of recording this, a couple of weeks ago, Newcastle won the Carabao Cup. What did you think of that?
I loved it. It was so emotional for me and my dad because we both watched it together. I wasn't gonna. I was gonna stay at home and watch it by myself, which sounds very depressing. But my dad asked if he wanted to watch it with me, and I was like, yeah, definitely. And we watched it, and it just went so perfect. I had no faith whatsoever because it's Liverpool, and we're gonna do the most Newcastle thing ever, and like score and then lose last minute. But we still nearly did. But it just went so well. We felt like we were dreaming sometimes because it was just like it was so perfectly good that it was unreal, and it just felt like it was a dream.
I remember speaking to you. I think it was before the Arsenal game, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
I remember we were saying, "Oh, are they going to get through?" We're like, "Oh, I'm not so sure about this." And then I think neither of us sounded overly confident about them going all the way. I think
Definitely
it's that thing, isn't it? As Newcastle fans, we've been conditioned to expect us to lose.
Definitely, yeah.
Like even if we made it to the final, we'd say, "Oh, it'll be a nice day out."
There was always a limit, wasn't there? But now
Apparently
that
not.
Exactly, I know. Now that we've won, we're kind of, we can aim for something higher. But yeah, it was so emotional that day. It was great. It was fun.
Did your dad shed a tear?
Oh, he shed more than that. Yeah, he did. Yeah. He just as soon as it was over, he's just running around the house, screaming his head off, and I nearly got submerged. But yeah,
it took me by surprise as well. To be fair, because it's like I did say I was like I had a feeling on the day. I was like I could imagine us winning this. Like I could, and I put a bottle of champagne in the fridge. Didn't tell my husband.
Just for sure, just to make sure.
Just to make sure, so it was all chilled ready. Didn't tell my husband because I knew he would have told us to take it out because he's very superstitious.
Yeah.
And then they won, and as soon as they won, I just burst into tears. And I didn't expect it to see it, but I think it was just like because we'd never had it before and we'd never had that feeling of winning something. And then you saw the players getting really emotional. You saw Bruno crying and Joe Linton crying, and I think I saw Trippier and Cher and everyone crying. And it's just like got me going, and it was just like, oh God, it's so emotional. Like just watching it and feeling
it was Bruno's speech that did it for me when he spoke I think it was Sky Sports, and he spoke, and it was just so emotional. And I mean, I was crying, but like it was so, I felt so emotional for my dad because he's like his whole football and life he's been supporting Newcastle, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you how old he is, but he's at that age, but he's never seen Newcastle win a trophy like many Geordies haven't, and I think you had to be like 80 something to see Newcastle win 2 trophies, because it was like the 50s, wasn't it? That the one. Something.
Yeah, I think it was 70 years for one. Is it 70 years for a domestic trophy or 50 years for a domestic trophy? And then, so 70 years and 50 years. So yeah, a very long time.
A very long time. Yeah. But yeah, it was great. And but yeah, I just felt so much emotion towards my dad because he's obviously never seen them on anything, and it was like, a really special moment for him. And obviously I haven't been around for that many years. So like I know the significance towards it, but I haven't, experienced, the 90s decade of Newcastle where they got close. Was it in 1999, I think, or 96, where they tried to, they were going to win the Prem, and then Man United, I think, won. But yeah, and then my dad's been through all that, so you can definitely feel towards my dad about that one. But yeah,
we've been through the trenches, Jackson.
yeah.
Thank God for that.
Times. And from where we've came in like the 2020s, like Steve Bruce, Newcastle, like I would never think we would ever win anything, like ever. I thought we were going to get relegated at one point, and we were. But from where we've came, it's just been such a incredible journey for me and for my dad, because he's weighed God knows how long for, for Newcastle to do something like that. But yeah, it
Well,
was.
here's to many more.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, it was really fun.
We might not be so pessimistic next time, Jackson. We might be like, you know what? We're going to nail this one.
Yeah, we're gonna. No, yeah.
Did you go and see the bus, Jackson, when it came? The
No,
parade?
I was, but and I was like, yeah, I'll come. And then I just didn't. On that day, I just didn't feel like it at all. And I was like, because me and my dad were gonna get there about 2.5 hours early, and wait there. And I was like, and I was gonna go out with my friend as well. But I really regret it now for like all the pictures that my dad sent us. Like, I just really, really regret it. But none of my friends went, so I don't really have anything against them.
You can live vicariously through your dad.
Exactly.
I was stood not far from your dad, actually. So he was,
Oh, really?
he was at the corner by Next.
Yeah.
So I seen he put something on Instagram, and then I messaged him, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just across the road."
Oh.
Yeah, we're so close in the same vicinity for the bus. But yeah, it was amazing. But I tell you what, it was absolutely Baltic. You probably would have just like been so. It was so uncomfortable. I was quite like hyped up, and it was like the atmosphere was really good, so I didn't really notice it. But my youngest daughter, she's 11. God almighty, she was like an ice cube. She was just stood there, like, vibrating.
When I saw the pictures of like all the crowds and everything, I was like, I couldn't do that, because like I saw it on the news, and there was just like a massive pile of Geordies just in one place, and I was like, if I was in there, like I would not survive. But
it wasn't good for the old nerves, I tell you that. Bloody hell.
Yeah, no. my teacher went with his daughter, and he was like, he couldn't do it because his daughter was in a pram, and he was like, he just couldn't handle that. But yeah, he went to Town Moor as well, and he was like, he didn't miss much in Town Moor. It was just Bruno swearing his head off.
Yes, throwing his head on national television.
Exactly.
Live television.
I'd love to see it.
What do you think is your favourite thing, Jackson, about living in the Northeast?
Oh man, you got some really good questions, you know.
We are proper journalists.
Yeah. I just love the people. I think there's loads of the community, especially Newcastle. When I go down in Newcastle, it's just the community's great. Like, you see loads of different people from all over the world. You know, there's Americans, and there's, you know, all them sort of countries coming down to Newcastle. Yeah, I love the community. The community's great. But yeah, I think the community's definitely something that I love about the Northeast. Because we're all just one, like, little, you know, family, if that makes sense.
It's the same thing, Jackson, to be fair.
Yeah.
We ask the same question, are people that we have on, and they'll all say the same thing, that we're canny people, we're canny folk.
Yeah, exactly. We'll all look out for each other.
Yeah, like you say, it's like a family, isn't it? I think that was kind of shown with the stuff like the bus parade. Like, everyone just got together, and it was just like a big, massive, like, local family celebration. And I think that's just testament to how we are as a community, as you say. And like, I remember when I was your age, Jackson, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself, oh God, like, I want to live somewhere else. Like, I don't know why. Like, so the fact that you actually appreciate the Northeast at your age is actually quite good.
Sometimes I do want to live somewhere else, but
yeah, I think that's normal as a teenager, isn't it? But then, like, now as I'm older, I'm looking back on it, I'm like, why would you want to live anywhere else? Like, it's so lovely. It's like, I think it's just got everything. It's got the people, it's got the places, it's got, just a wonderful area.
If I had better weather, I think it would be.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
If it was sunny all the time. Sorry?
Yeah, it's picking up a little bit.
It is, aye. My teacher was like, it's a summer day. I was like, no, it's not. It's still spring. Like, it'll rain tomorrow, And you
But
will
all right.
really regret saying that.
Yeah, don't get our hopes up too much.
Please don't.
There'll be a
Please don't.
blizzard tomorrow.
Yeah. Aye.
Right, should we do some quick fire questions, Angela? Keep it on your toes, Jackson. Do you want to
Get
go
it.
first?
Oh, right. Let's have a little look. Who is your favourite Newcastle United player?
Oh man, it used to be Miggy because of his just general. I know.
He's
Yeah.
gone.
He's never coming back. No, just because of his energy and his smile and like his passion towards the club basically. But I think now it's gotta be Dan Burn. I think he's cemented himself in like the history of Newcastle, and he's a Geordie lad as well. So for him to score in a final, get man of the match, and be a Geordie, that's like the thing of dreams. But yeah, I think Dan Burn. I mean, there's a load of other ones that I can name: Tonali, Bruno, Gordon. I love Murphy.
Who doesn't? I mean, that smile.
Who doesn't like Murphy?
Oh,
That iconic meme.
I've always said if I was going to the pub, I'd either go to the pub with Dan Burn or Jacob Murphy.
Jacob Murphy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Spot on. I mean, yeah, that did that. Where have I got it with us? I don't think I've got it with us actually. My daughter made me some little badges, and my badge that she made me was Jacob Murphy's face when he scored the goal. Was it the Tottenham goal?
Tottenham goal. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
so I have to wear that badge with pride, and I wore it. I wore it to the bus parade and everything, and you could see people just looking at me. But
oh man, yeah, I love Murphy for his personality. He's so funny,
and he had a good night last night as well, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, with the 2 goals.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Aye. When Cher hit the bar, I was like, oh my god, like that was
pretty funny. I called my daughter in. I know, I was like, you've got to see this goal. Look at this.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, he did. Well, the thing is like people are like, well, he should have just Fabian should have just hit it and got it in. I'm like, hey, Jacob Murphy was in the right place. He was going for it because if you notice, everyone else. Yeah, exactly. Because everyone else had stopped. I think Isak and Barnes were just like, "Oh, I think this is going in. Don't need to be up there."
I was
all the defenders stopped.
I was so convinced it was going in, and I was celebrating halfway through, and I hit the bar, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then Murphy scored, and I was like, "Oh, yay, goal!"
What a good dad.
Yeah.
We digress. Anyway, I'm distracting from the quick fire, Angela. That wasn't very quick, was it?
Very quick, is it?
Let's get back on track. Right. So the next one, if you could go back in time and see any band live, which would it be?
Oh wow, Queen. Have to be Queen.
Yeah. At St James's Park as well.
Yes.
Let's combine
definitely.
the
2. Yeah. Queen has to be there. Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
amazing.
Just because of Freddie Mercury's voice. Aye.
Oh, he was just incredible, wasn't he? Incredible. Yeah. Goosebumps when he sings.
Oh my god, yeah.
Next one, Jackson. What's your favourite Geordie saying or word?
Oh, there's a lot of answers I can come up with here.
This might actually be quite an age difference thing here. He's probably going to say something we've never heard of, Angela.
Oh god, especially me because I'm 50.
It's probably something that my dad said, so I think you're all right. Probably just how air, man. I think that's like. I mean,
I love that one.
I always say that. When I'm fed up. But yeah, how air, man.
Oh, where, man.
Yeah, how air, man.
I use it for far too many different situations. I'm like, oh, wait, man, when I'm annoyed. I'm like, how wait, man, when I'm wanting people to hurry up.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
So many different uses.
I say it under my breath. When people are walking too slow in the corridor, I go, how are you, man?
Yeah, when you're in the supermarket behind the grannies.
Aye, that one. Standard. Right.
So next one is best person to come out of the northeast of England.
Sam Fender.
Thought you'd say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sam
you can't disagree, can you?
Sam Fender. Alan Shearer. Sam Fender. Oh, man.
This is my last one, Jackson, and we'll always ask every guest this one.
Oh,
Your
okay.
go-to order at Greg's.
Oh my god. That's such a good question. It's gonna sound really plain. I love a steak bake. I love a steak bake.
Yeah.
With
Quality.
one of them caramel donuts as well with the custard inside them. They are like so nice. They are so lush. Aye,
Hey, Greg's do good donuts, mate.
Greg's do amazing donuts. Definitely.
The amount of positive comments we say about Greg's on this podcast.
Sponsored.
Need a compliment.
I'm going to get in touch with headquarters.
Yeah, definitely.
Expect your email.
I'm going to come outside with my banner. Sponsor us.
Greg's.
I'll tell you what you can do, Jackson. You can come up with a little ringtone for her, or a little tune.
The jingle, you mean?
Little jingle.
Jingle. Oh, man. I would love to. Right now. Not right now.
Wow, if you could come off one month off the cuff, that would be amazing.
Yeah, try and come up with something.
Fabulous. So thank you so much, Jackson. But before we say goodbye to you properly, is there anything else that you want to share? Have you got any like upcoming projects or gigs that you've got coming up?
I've got a few gigs. I've got a Rosie Fest coming up this year. It's July the 7th, I think. But if you want to get tickets, it's on Natalie Lascelles' page on Instagram. And I'm doing the big gig. Hopefully, I'm doing the big gig. Don't know yet, but could be that I'm doing the big gig festival in Hexham, which will be so fun. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Very exciting. And where can we find you online if people want to come and follow you? I know you're on Instagram. Is anywhere else as well?
Facebook, it's just the same Jackson Payne Music, and my normal page is just called Jackson Payne. So yeah, go on my Facebook.
Yeah, we'll pop the links into the show notes as well so people can check that out. But lovely. So thank you so much for chatting with me and Angela. I hope you've enjoyed it.
I've really enjoyed it.
Fabulous. Lovely. Thank you for chatting to her. And yeah, everyone go and follow Jackson and we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support Geordie Pride further, then don't forget to subscribe, share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow us on Instagram @Geordie Pride. Until next time, keep that Geordie Pride shining bright.